pop it, push it, fill it, rock it. Yay! Today we're going to be taking a look at this Cerabis tank by a company called Ceravape. Oh yes. And the Cerabis tank, it's been kick-ass. It has. Ceravape, I have not liked their products in the past. They've been garbage, but this stunned me. It surprised me because the coil heads in this, it's got no prime coil heads. And what I mean by no prime coil heads, there's food grade ceramic in here and it's got zero cotton. You don't have to prime them. You just pop them in there, you push down, you fill it, and you rock it. That's it. What I mean by push down, it's got this push-pull action, okay? Pull up, push, and when you push down on it, it closes up the airflow, it closes up the juice flow control, you fill it from the top, you pull up when you're done, and it's rocking, it's feeding, it's got adjustable juice flow control. You'll see all this in the close-ups, but these coil heads have been freaking awesome. I get clean flavor, some of the cleanest flavor, better than the Vaporesso Target VTC 75, the first kit, better than those, man. It's been that good. You get more airflow, a buku more airflow than the Vaporesso VTC, and the reason why I'm comparing them is because they both use similar material, porous ceramic. They say this is food grade. I don't know about the Vaporesso, but this has been And anybody that has doubts about ceramic, porous ceramic, then don't use it. I've been using porous ceramic for a long time, and I can tell you right now, there is no weird taste. I'm getting great flavor. It's clean. So after the first week and a half of this, it got a little weak, and all I did was just dry burn it, pop new juice in, and I was rocking for another week. Did the same thing, dry burn it, pop new juice in, rocking another week, and it's still going strong. It's still rocking and rolling. That's another good thing. And I know they sell a pack of 5 of these coil heads for like, it's like 15 to 16 bucks, and to me, I think that's a steal. These coil heads, that's what makes this device. This is a 23mm tank, and like I mentioned before, it's got dual adjustable airflow, perfect amount of restrictiveness. This thing's fit on all my devices. It comes with a stainless steel drip tip. Like I said, it's got top fill, easy to fill. The place that sent this thing to me to review for you guys is selling for $29.99. Again, a steal. Oh yeah, and this tank right here holds 4 mils of juice, which is a good amount of juice. She's got a spit back guard in the middle. I've never had any spit back issues, period. Like I said, this thing screws on all my devices, been compatible, screw down flush, made a connection. Oh yes. This sucker comes in 2 different color options, stainless steel like you guys see, or black. Now I did find some cons for this tank. One, the ceramic coil heads get hot. And ceramic, it holds heat and it holds heat longer, okay? It makes a tank hot, makes a drip tip hot. Oh, another pro I didn't mention about the drip tips, you can take it out. It's got a standard 510 drip tip connector. So you can use your standard 510 drip tips. I recommend using Delrin drip tip for this. Delrin drip tip all the way, it'll keep your mouth cooler, especially if you're a chain vapor. Next con is the tank section, you can't disassemble it. The glass, if it breaks, you gotta buy a whole new system. That sucks. But I can see how it helps the newbies out, because newbies, they don't want to disassemble it. That's what I'm thinking, at least. They want it to be simple for the newbies. So I see that side of it, but I also see the side of it as, like for me, I want to be able to disassemble it, clean it, and have an option if the tank breaks, but you don't. So you know what? Those are pretty much the only cons that I found for this. Everything else is pros, man. Pros, pros, pros. Now it's time for me to vape this thing, show you what she can do. So like I said, I got the 0.5 ohm ceramic coil head in here. I'm vaping her at 46 watts. Got her sitting on this SDNA 200, and I got the airflow wide open all across the board. Here we go. And like I said, I like the vapors. This is 0.5 ohm coil head anywhere between 40 and 60 watts. Oh man. And what I love about this is I can take long hits, man. I've never gotten a dry hit off this. Did I mention that? I may have already mentioned that. I never got a dry hit, man. Never got a burn hit. So I'm going to take her up to 60 watts. I'm going to go ahead and take her up to 60. So I think it's about that time we dive down. I'll show you this thing up close and personal. We'll come back and I'll let you know if I lost this thing today. We're gonna go out tomorrow and buy one. So here she is, boys and girls, the packaging for this Cerabis by Ceravape. Mine came with this cloudy sleeve that slides off, and inside we got our Cerabis by Ceravape. Oh yeah. And it says 1 ceramic coil for 24 cotton coils. Pretty cool, pretty cool. This pops off. You got your Cerabis, and then underneath this, you got a 0.5 ohm ceramic coil. So mine came pre-installed with a 0.8 ohm ceramic coil. And you also receive this, it says 0.4 to 0.5 ohm ceramic coil. You also receive a baggie of extra goodies, some O-rings, 2 grippers, 1 blue, 1 black. And at the base of this packaging, you receive a user manual. Alrighty, so here's the 0.4 to 0.5 ohm coil head sitting next to the tank. Just to give you a size comparison, these coil heads are long, man. The tank is 58 millimeters in length, so that should give you an idea. And the 0.8 coil head's the exact same size as this one. But yeah, with this 0.4 to 0.5 ohm, you got your airflow. 3 airflow slots down at the base. 1, 2, and then 3, and the airflow travels up through those slots to the coil, through the coil, the vertical coil. And then you got your juice flow slots. 1 slot on one side, 1 slot on the other. The juice travels through those slots, to the wick and to the coil. And you got your Canthol, which is embedded into that food grade porous ceramic. Yeah, buddy. But another cool thing about this is it doesn't have any cotton. No cotton in here, no prime needed. But you got 1 fat O-ring up top, and that seals everything in. 1 thinner O-ring down below, and that seals everything in. You get your threads, and this thing screws into the base, which I'll show you. And you got both your leads down here. You see those leads? So like I mentioned for this Cerabis, you got two color options, either the black or the stainless steel. Up top, you got your stainless steel drip tip that comes with this, standard 510 drip tip, and the board's about 10.5 millimeter up top and it tapers down. And here's your catch cup. Spit back protection, as you guys can see, and it does work. So you got top fill, and in order to fill this sucker up, you got to push this thing together. It's got this push-pull action. You pull it, and you got your tank. You see that? Okay, and this thing holds 4 mils of juice. So whenever I go to fill this thing up, or whenever you go to fill it up, you're supposed to push this thing down. It locks off everything. It blocks off the airflow. It blocks off the juice flow control. Even though the slots are open down here, inside, it blocks off the airflow. And then you go to unscrew the top, and there's your fill holes. Big fill slots. Easy to fill this thing up. So when you fill this up, you never have to worry about, juice flooding into the wick, into the coil. You never have to worry about leaking. I never have any leaking issues with this, ever. I will say this. Once you fill it up and you screw everything together, the top cap, and the threads are okay. They're not the best in the world. Again, you're only paying $29.99 for this. They're not bad at all, by any means. But as far as leaking, once you're done filling this up, you can pull this out. And the only time you're really gonna have leaking is if you keep pushing this down. Pushing it down and pulling it up while this thing's full. Again, I've done it. I've pressed down, pulled up, pressed down, pulled up, and it only leaked just a little bit. But if you leave it up during the day and then you go to press it together at night, or you go to press it together when you put it in your pocket or put it in your bag, you're not gonna have issues. Just as long as you're not pulling and pushing and pulling and pushing. See what I'm saying? Base unscrews from the tank like so. And there's the 0.8 ohm coil head. The exact same concept as the 0.4 to 0.5 ohm coil head. Here's the base. And at the base, you got a non-adjustable 510 pin. Threads are buttery smooth. And as you guys can see, it says Cerabis made by Ceravape. So here's the tank section, okay? And this is all one piece. You cannot disassemble this thing. So yeah, what I love about this sucker is you screw in the coil head, pop it in the tank, screw it all together. Oh yeah, and if the coil head ever gets stuck into the tank, all you gotta do is unscrew it, just go beyond the last thread, and then just pull out. But yeah, you push it back in, screw everything together, make sure everything's press fitted, that way it closes off everything, and then you just fill her up. Like I said, no prime needed. Once you're done filling her up, screw the top cap on there, pull it out, and the juice feeds to the wick and to the coil. Oh yeah, and another thing I want to touch base on is this does have adjustable juice flow control. Almost forgot to mention that, but you got one slot on one side, one slot on the other. In order to adjust the juice flow control, you grab this section of the tank, and then you twist this section of the tank, twist it this way, and you can close her off. You can't close her off all the way, but you can close her off a good amount. I like to keep mine wide open, and again, you got one slot on one side, one slot on the other, so whatever I adjust on this side, it's gonna be the same on this side. And here's your adjustable airflow control. Again, you got one slot on one side, one slot on the other. Perfect amount of restrictiveness. You can turn it, if you turn it all the way to the left, it stops. See that? It stops. So it's not spinning into place. That's another pro. I like that. But yeah, whatever you adjust on this side is gonna be the exact same on this side. So that right there is an up-close view of this Cerabis by Ceravape. Let's go ahead and take her back to FaceTime. Ooh, now on to the big question, the big answer of the day. Hey Rip, if you lost this sucker today, would you go out tomorrow and buy one? And the answer is yes, abso-freaking-lutely. $29.99 for this. This coil's lasted me damn near a month. I vaped on the 0.8. I vaped on that sucker for freaking 3 weeks. I could have gone longer with that. Who knows? Maybe this will go 2 months. I don't know. Also, the pack of 4 for a little over 15 bucks. Can you imagine if every one of those coils lasted this long, like damn near a month? That's 4 months of vaping for 15 bucks. That's, you tell me, is that a good deal? Now that doesn't mean all coil heads that you receive in a pack are gonna work like that. I don't know. I've only used 2 coil heads, but the coil heads that I've used have been fantastic. Hell yeah, I'd buy this thing. You're damn right. This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.